Hello and welcome to our data synchronization video, where we are going to discuss two different approaches for synchronization of information between OutSystems and SAP. The objective of these synchronizations is to have SAP data brought to OutSystems to be used in different applications. We will discuss the approach where OutSystems is synchronization master, and also the other approach where SAP will be the synchronization master. Let's start with OutSystems being the synchronization master, meaning that OutSystems will control the flow of the synchronization data. In the first approach, OutSystems can request all the data from SAP, so we'll call this a full request, where this data will be requested for a specific SAP object. Also, due to the quantity of data that might exist, we might have to implement pagination system in order to retrieve only a certain amount of data each time. SAP will answer this request with the requested data. Another way to request data is to do a delta request. This means that OutSystems will request data from SAP based on a timestamp. This timestamp will be sent in a request. SAP will then reply only with the data that has been changed since that timestamp. A very important part of data synchronization is the monitoring tool. This tool is a way to control how retries are handled, the scheduling of the synchronization, including frequency, the archiving of synchronization information so that the tracking of data changes can be done, and last but not least, a queue for visualization and more control over the synchronizations. In this queue, we should be able to visualize which synchronizations are running. For example, their order in a queue, which depends on how they are scheduled. It is also important to see whether there are errors in the synchronizations, and also a way to change the order of the synchronizations. Each of these lines in this scenario represents the synchronization of a specific SAP object. These can also be separated further, for example, by country, due to the different time zones. Now we will discuss another approach, which would be by having SAP as a synchronization master. Here, SAP would be the one informing OutSystems of data changes that are happening. We can call these events. When sending an event to OutSystems, SAP can send all the data directly, in which case OutSystems will just have to update the database. But due to the complexity of data that can be changed in SAP, SAP can also just inform OutSystems that a specific object has been changed. With this information, OutSystems can request all the data from SAP for that specific object in order to update everything that has been changed for that object. For this scenario, the monitoring tool is just as important. With it, we can control how retries are handled, also the archiving of synchronization information, and also the queue. The queue is very similar to the one discussed before, as we will have a way to visualize the synchronizations that are happening, including their order in the queue. Also, the visualization of errors and changes in the order should be possible. One main difference is that each element of this queue represents a specific SAP object change, rather than an SAP object in general. This will result in having a more detailed view of the changes and also more fine-tuning control of the synchronizations. Here at ForTrevo, we have several teams that can provide you with their experience, knowledge, and workflow in an agile way. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.